Do you know there's this like
Uh,
weird fact about her on the internet? So many websites have picked it up that she had an extra role as an actor in the Australian movie Wolf Creek 2, and it's all over the internet. And joining me on the podcast today is a fellow podcaster herself, so I'm feeling the pressure today. It is the one and only Gizelle Bryant. Hi, thanks for chatting to me.
Hi, it's good to be talking to Australia.
And let me tell you, Giselle, we love you down under. You cannot get here quick enough to see your fans. I actually hosted a show on Hey You in Australia where we have the Real Housewives of Potomac, and Andy Cohen came for the premiere during World Pride this year, and he was blown away at how popular he is down under. And I'm like, Andy, are you kidding? We are obsessed with the Real Housewives. So I need you to come down here real soon, okay?
Okay. I like it. I like it. Anytime
Excellent.
I touch and feel the people in Australia, I'm here for it.
Now, this is the little show that could, or the little train that could, really, couldn't it? I was just tickled pink to see, how incredible this season has done. I mean, does it just make you feel all sorts of proud seeing how successful the numbers have been? Because I guess we are obsessed with you. We need to know more about your story. And now it's just incredibly popular. I mean, it always has been, but how does it feel to see numbers like that coming through for the show?
It's fantastic. I'm going to be honest with you. It's humbling for sure. I always remind people that we came like 6 years after the last franchise, which I
Mhm.
can't remember who that was, but we came 6 years later. So we didn't think
So there was a
anybody was going to be
6 year
interested.
break.
Yes. And
Yeah.
then here we come. And here we come. And we were a city that nobody heard of before, that people were confused, like, what is Potomac? Where is that? So to see the numbers now, it's so humbling. It's so refreshing. I've always said we're the little engine that could. And
Mhm.
we are coming and we are here and we are giving. Okay.
Yes, word on the street is that you are word on the street. Now, I
I,
also wanted
I
to
always
always I wanted to talk to you about your podcasting career because I mean it's a lot of the housewives obviously have a lot of projects outside of the show, but this is like another full-time job. I know what it's like to be a podcaster. um but are you just the kind of woman who has always had many full-time jobs? You're just like layering them on top of each other, so therefore it's not like a huge the undertaking for you. It's just like another project that you're doing and you just lap it up. Is that the kind of person that you are?
Very much so.
Mm.
I have work ethic like no other. And I feel like once I've gotten into the groove of one thing, which is like Potomac, by like season 3, I was like definitely in a groove that I felt real good about adding other things. So I feel like now Reasonably Shady is in like a nice little groove. We're on season 3 of Reasonably Shady.
Hmm.
We didn't know what we were doing when we started. So the fact that we're on season 3 is just like mind blowing. So now it's time to add something else to the whole pie.
I love that. I love it. Now, this season, obviously we've watched the first couple of episodes. You're in this really tricky situation where you've got this woman who you love and adore, who is your friend, who is your podcast host, who is your co-star on TV, and you're having to sit her down and say, "Girl, you need to be treated better." How it must be incredibly difficult for you in particular, given your position in the show, your relationship with Robin. You have a life outside of the show. I mean, has it been really challenging to make her see her worth?
Um, absolutely.
Mm,
Absolutely. At the end, I always want to be a great friend. So that's a balancing act
mm,
because you give your opinion, and even if that person's opinion or that person is living life different from your opinion, at that point, then you have to be a supportive friend and just support whatever it is that they choose for their life. At BravoCon, I ran into Andy, and he's seen much more of the season than obviously most. And
right.
he said, I've really loved watching how you have been able to balance being a friend of Robin, but being tough on her and being able to have those tough conversations, but coming from a loving place.
Because you could give her a
So
free
I'm
pass.
glad
Hey,
that
like
that
you could just be like, oh,
no.
girl, I know what you're going under, but like you're not. You're like, this is some tough love right here.
Yeah. And I think we all need it. Like we all
Hmm.
at some point need somebody to be like, hey, let's have a real conversation. Let's
Yeah.
have some tough love. And she knows I'm never out to like hurt her
No.
or be mean to her. So she's receiving it, which is great. And it really gives the viewers of a view as to what it looks like to really be a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we all do things that we don't agree with. And I'm just like, hey, this looks crazy. But
Hmm.
if you feel differently, I support you.
Yeah. Now I'm going to give you something that you're welcome to use in your podcast. When I spoke to Robin, I think it was like last year. Do you know there's this like weird fact about her on the internet that's like not true? So many websites have picked it up that she had an extra role as an actor in the Australian movie Wolf Creek 2, and it's all over the internet. And I asked her about it, and she's like, "No," but like it must be just like another role. It's so funny. And I was like, hey, were you ever in that movie? Have you ever been to Australia? And she's like, that's not me.
When I've been doing my research on you, I've seen this pop up a few times. So I want to ask you, were you really in Wolf Creek too?
No. Oh, what is that? I don't even know what that is. You
Robin, it is all over the internet. So like whenever you Google your name, it comes up Robin Dixon as you were like in the movie Wolf Creek 2. So there must be an actress out there with the same name as you, and people have gotten them confused and they think that the Real Housewife of Potomac was in an Australian film.
Really? But wait, like, can they find me in it?
Well, like... it says as an extra, so I don't.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna look this up.
I had these hilarious visions of you just like casually being in Australia and stumbling onto the set of it's a horror film. It's like from and it's a sequel to an iconic Australian film called Wolf Creek, and it's about like a murderer in the outback. And I was like, what is Robin doing in a random Australian movie?
Okay, so I was not in Wolf Creek 2, but I would love to be in Wolf Creek 3. So
yeah.
You have to bring it up with her. It's so funny.
Definitely. That's so great. I know Robin's a money girl. She's like, where's my check? If y'all are gonna list me as an extra, give me my check.
And also too, she's kind of like you. She's like always doing stuff. I was like not surprised if it was true. Lastly, before I let you go, I wanted to see, are you as obsessed with Captain Jason as everyone else?
I have my own Jason, Cameron.
You do, and he's very handsome.
It's so funny because one of the ladies that was quote linked to Captain Jason was Ashley, and so anytime me and Ashley talk about Captain Jason, she's always like Captain Jason, not like Jason, my Jason. So she's like, when we're going back and forth talking about these Jasons. We have to be very specific and very clear.
Hey, so great to chat to you. I love watching you on this show, and I love seeing you on Ultimate Girls Trip. It's just, you're just like so much fun to see on TV. I love that you call it as it is, and I cannot wait to see what's coming up in the rest of this season.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and tell everybody down under that I said hello.
I will, absolutely. And you've got to come and see us real soon.
All right, we'll do. Thank you.